Hello there and welcome back to my channel. Now, last time I built a home in the mountains, one that was heavily inspired by Skyrim. And today I'm going to show you a beautiful castle build, one that might again feel somewhat familiar to some of you. Because this build is also very much inspired by...
Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't.
Oh, come on! I'm sorry about that. No idea who that is. This guy just started to show up once I built the whole thing, and I think he's gone now. Where was I? Oh, right. The inspiration. Well, I'm of course talking about Dragonsreach. But much like last time, it is not a replica, simply a similar design adapted to function as a true Valheim base. But now let's just start with a quick overview of the building process. Now, first of course I searched for a suitable location, and I settled for this one here, since the small hill just felt fitting to the whole Whiterun terrain I had in mind. Now that I had a location, I first removed the existing little house and started to lay out the foundation to see how big the main structure would get. And as you can see, the hill is still too small and a lot of things are just in the air. So quite a bit of terraforming was required to make the build work. Next I just filled in the stone floor and started to raise the ground. And then I just started with the basic wooden structures. At this point they really aren't anything complicated, just simple wooden walls and roofs with some wood iron poles for the needed stability. And then I basically just continued like this for the rest of the wooden part of the build. Now the only thing special was the chimney tower on top of the central building, since it needed some more stability, so I could actually build up that high. But I didn't want to add a lot of poles in the middle of the main hall, so I just built these curved reinforced wood iron beams. And from that point on, I just had to build the stone tower, which really is just putting one stone on top of the other until I reached the height of the roof. And then again put a wooden structure on top of the whole thing. And after that the fun began, because I went through everything again and added the details to the walls and the roofs. I tried to hide the ugly poles and just added all the furniture and decoration and stuff. As well as of course finishing the terraforming of the hill and adding some stuff around the build. But if I'd show you all of that, well, this video would be far too long, so let me just show you how it turned out. So, and now that you have a rough idea of how I created this thing, let's just get right into the build and the tour, so you can see the finished results with all the decorations and details. So let's get up these stairs to the entrance. And as you probably already have seen in the introductory shots, this whole mountain here is... I mean, there was a mountain, but I had to terraform a lot. And it doesn't always look perfect, but it's... I put grass on everything, so no, it's nice. Let's go in the build, the actual nice part. And now let's actually go inside, well, not inside the castle, but inside the castle walls. The actual building part, because outside it's just filling in the gaps so this whole thing doesn't float. And yeah, I mean, it is comparable to the last build, I guess. It's heavily inspired by something. Last time it was Skyrim's High Hrothgar, and this time it's Skyrim's Dragonsreach. Though it is not an exact replica. because, I don't know, I think that's boring. So it's, the overall design is it's the same, or at least adapted to Valheim, but the whole thing inside and outside, I mean, it should work as a base first and foremost. It is a castle base, but it's not. You will see. Let's go on the right side here. It's just a little, well, not even garden area. It's just a tree and some bushes and some beehives. You could potentially walk all the way around, but I mean, why would you? And you can already see some details they put on the walls. I think it's a bit more interesting than just having the flat wooden walls. So you will see that a lot. I try to make like columns, much like in Skyrim. And down on this side we have a little, well, not crafting area, but smelting area. To smelt down all the ores you have, and of course to get the coal you need. And now here inside, in the entrance hall, I think this is the part of the build that's the most similar to its Skyrim inspiration. But even here you can see, of course, the differences. First of all, this whole thing is quite a bit smaller, and this is of course, this is true for the whole build, and one of the reasons why I changed things, but we'll see that. For the entrance hall, it's just some benches, these columns. Those are all just wood iron poles, because we need that for stability reasons, but I put some normal wooden poles around it, so it looks more like a true wooden column and not just these puny little stick poles, and so I can hide the ugly iron. On the side we have some banners, some benches, and just some decorations. And now if we go up here, we have the main part of the hall, and I guess also the first part which really starts to differ from the Skyrim inspiration, because in Dragonsreach you would have the fireplace, so that far it's correct, but then you would have the tables around that, and the throne at the end of the hall, the front of the hall, whatever, and then you would have the mage's study, the court wizard's study on the right, and the kitchen on the left. But again, this whole thing is smaller, and I didn't want to create a replica, so if I really wanted to build the fireplace and the throne part of the hall with all the tables around, it probably needed to be double as wide, as big. Just, I don't know, I didn't want to do that, so I shuffled the things a bit around. So now we have the kitchen here. I mean, nothing groundbreaking here, just fireplaces with the grills and the cauldrons, and around here we have upgrades for the cauldron and some ovens, because if you look up here you can see the chimney, I guess. I mean, you saw it better from the outside, it's not really that fancy from the inside. Now here it just, again, there is no throne here, so it's just some storage and mainly decorations, and some upgrades for the cauldron. But even though it's not the Dragonsreach, we still have a dragon head up there. It is still the mascot, I guess. It is still a Dragonsreach, it's just not the same Dragonsreach as in Skyrim, because we are in Valheim after all and not in Skyrim, so I mean, nobody should be surprised about that. But yeah, instead of the kitchen, we now have the eating area here on the left side. And back there in the corner, you can also see, I mean, some decoration that's fitting for, I mean, the time of me creating this build and creating this video. It is Christmas, almost Christmas, so, you know, I thought, why not put some Christmas decorations here? The game does allow me, so I'm going to do it. And beyond that, of course, it's just a beautiful table with food and drinks and of course the throne, the big important chair for the big important owner of the house, whatever, and enough seats for all the friends and family to have a nice drink and a nice meal. And, you know, back here some food storage and some chest for even more storage, for less decorative storage, I guess. And here on the walls I put some flowers. I already tried that in my last build and, you know, I liked it, so now we have it in this build as well. On the other side, just some fermenters. Meat is always important. And just some leather because it's a decorative ladder, we don't need to go up there, but theoretically, if you would need to get on top here to put stuff into the fermenter barrels, you could take the ladder and, you know, put it wherever. It's decoration, so it doesn't need to make sense. On the right side here we are far more lore accurate, I guess, because we have the court wizards, or just wizards, mages, study area with a cartographer's table because, you know, cartography, that's witchcraft as well. So just the table here and over here a decorative table. Doesn't really, I mean, it's the table where the wizard does some work, I suppose, I don't know. A bookshelf with a lot of decoration and some chests for the storage of important things. And of course the actual most important thing a wizard needs is the Goldest table, because here you can actually craft wizard stuff. Again, the plants, because I like them. And the potions, the nice glowing potions. And back here we have a nice little tucked away corner for reading and studying. So you can sit down here and grab a book, grab a drink and read while you watch. And now that you've seen all of the, I guess, wooden part of the building, let's go into the stone tower building part. And here we have the crafting area and the storage area of the build. Because, again, it is a Valheim home, so we need that. And, you know, here you just have all the things you need. The workbench with all its upgrades. A shelf with storage here. And on this side you have the forge with all its upgrades. The black forge with its upgrades. And a shelf on top of the whole thing with even more storage. Go up here and I don't know, it just felt like if I didn't put anything up there, it would have been just such a large empty wall. It works somehow on this side because I have the stairs and the doorway, but up here it would have just been nothing. I could have put decorations there, but this way the whole wall serves a purpose. And down here I have just a cart. Don't ask me how you get inside into the whole building here with the cart. Haven't tried it. It's decoration, I guess. Now on this side we have just a lot of decorations. Some wood and stone, coal, some spare traps you might need for defense or whatever. just decoration. Doesn't serve a real purpose, doesn't need to serve a real purpose. But let's just go up these stairs and, you know, just look down here, have a nice overview. And of course you can go out here to your little balcony. Not really big enough to, you know, trap a dragon here, or even for a dragon to land here. Though I guess the dragons in this game are a bit smaller, but even so, it's just a normal balcony. You can just be here, sit here, have a drink on your fancy stone thrones and, you know, look down into the land. Now let's go back inside and up these stairs to the final part of the build. Because you actually need a place to sleep. And yeah, these are your own private quarters. And this is again made out of wood because it just feels more like a home to me. So yeah, that's the wooden, again the next wooden part of the build. And up here I just put some storage and decoration stuff back here because, yeah, I mean, there's not really anything else you could put beside these stairs up here. Now in here we have the actual room with your cozy bed to sleep, a personal storage chest for all the things you, for one reason or another, don't want to put downstairs, even though this whole thing belongs to you. I mean, whatever, you can do what you want. And just decorations, a nice little table. If you don't want to, I mean, if you don't have guests over, you might just sit here and have a small snack up here, a drink, whatever. Again, my my little flower pots and some place for your fanciest armor and personal treasures. Some more books that you maybe want up here, you know. Maybe you want to read something in your bed or in your, just in your personal chamber while looking out into the forest. Outside here is again just a place to sit, have a drink, and here's the coziest place. Again, sit down, have a drink, and just enjoy this beautiful, beautiful build. Now I really hope you enjoyed this build video. I definitely enjoyed building the castle, and who knows, maybe I'll think of another Skyrim inspired build in the future. But now I would really like to hear your opinions and feedback on the build and the whole video. Recently I've gotten some really helpful feedback and I'm really grateful for that. It is always nice to hear if someone likes what I'm doing, but it is also very helpful for me if someone tells me where they think I could do things better or different. After all, I always try to improve my content here, so thanks to all the people who take the extra time to leave a comment. And of course to all the other people who simply like or just watch my videos. And if you don't want to miss my videos in the future, don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.